Story 1. Hi Reddit. This is my first time posting, but I know there are frequent wedding things posted here and I'd like some third eye random internet stranger advice. So I'm getting married in 6 months, yay. To my adorable darling fiancé. No problems there. We are a little tight on finances, so we've decided to have a small garden wedding with dancing and cake and cheap catering on a lawn next to the garden. Less than 100 guests. I'm only having one member in my bridal party, my baby sister, who is to be my maid of honor. I really don't care much about wedding colors and whatnot, and I know my sister is strapped for cash. So I said if she'd pay for her shoes I would buy her gown. I gave her a budget under $300 please, and told her to pick whatever design and color she liked and get back to me when you find something. Well, she found a very nice dress within my budget and sent me the design. I said she'd look great in that dress and to let me know what color she wanted. The design comes in a multiplicity of colors and what her size was, and I'd order the gown for her. She then said I want white. Sure enough, this design does come in white, but I thought she was joking and laughed and told her to get back to me when she figures out the real color. She then said, I just told you I want white. I just sort of paused. I tried to play it off and said, you can't be serious. You know this is a wedding, right? Haha. Well, my sister got really pissy and argued that Kate Middleton's MOH was her sister and she wore white. Well, I just felt, and still feel, hopeless now. All I could say was, well, good for Kate Middleton, but I'm not marrying the Prince of England. I've tried telling her, sweetie, you look beautiful in a bunch of colors. I love your choice of gown. Please, just pick another color. I don't care what color it is. You can even wear black or red or Malibu banana, yellow with a feathered boa, just please not white. No dice. My sister just keeps ranting, but her two main arguments are, you said it could be any color in any dress as long as it was under $300. And Kate Middleton, Kate Middleton, Kate Middleton. She has screamed at me that I'm being a bitch, a lousy sister, and a total bridezilla. My family are not narcissists, but my kid sister has definitely been the pet of the family because she's the baby, so she's always been a bit spoiled with a princess complex. My parents and relatives are trying to stay out of it and saying we need to work it out between us. I can't tell if it's because they are totally embarrassed by her, they normally stand up for her in these type of things, or because they are giving me carte blanche because I'm the bride. They have been wonderfully supportive of the marriage and wedding. I asked my fiancé and all he will say is, honey bunch, you don't want to know what I think, which I know for him means, I think your sister is a bratty little %$ and I don't want to say that to your face, because I know you love her. He's never liked her before and goes out of his way to avoid her now. So, Reddit, am I being a bridezilla? Because I honestly can't tell at this point. I really didn't have any rules for this wedding, but one of them was only the bride is wearing white that day. I suppose I should have stipulated that, but I really didn't think I would actually need to. What should I do? I'm tired of the drama. I really don't want my sister to have a white dress, but I sincerely don't want to be a bridezilla and feel mortified I'm being one. Thoughts, ideas. She found a design and insists she wants white, and is refusing to change her mind and causing drama. Am I being a bridezilla, and what should I do? Edit, my darling Redditors, thank you. I was pretty scared I was going to be ripped a new one, but I think I'm just used to my sister. You have reassured me I'm not in the wrong and I have every right to have my way here. I'm a great, big people pleaser, but I can't be a doormat for my own wedding. A couple Redditors have nicely pointed out that my family and me to a degree have enabled my sister. This is true. We've let her get away with too much for too long. My sister is admittedly not obsessed, but does love British English culture and customs. She adored the royal wedding and both watched and recorded it. I think her insistence on wearing white is a combination of wanting to emulate the royal wedding, but also being jealous that for once she will not be the center of attention and wants to steal some of the spotlight. I'm putting my foot down. I will give my sister one last chance to change her mind. If she continues to act like a child, I will not ban her from the wedding. She is my sister and I love her dearly. She's not all bad, honest, but I will boot her from the wedding party and ask my best friend to be my MOH instead. I'll be sure to let her know I'll have no choice but to do so if she insists on having her way. I sent her a text and invited over to my place for dessert and wine, just the two of us, tomorrow. She already responded she will be there. She loves any chance to have free alcohol since she's not technically legal yet. I'm going to give her a week. I will give the update with all the details once the dust settles. Thank you everyone. Story 2. My BF 29 and I 23 have been dating 2 years. We lived together. In the early stages of our relationship, he carried out an 8-month-long emotional affair with a past lover. We took time apart and he came to understand that emotional cheating is very much a real thing, and very much cheating. He accepted his faults and worked hard on being a better man. It has been forever since, and everything between us has been great. We were both recently laid off 2 months ago, so we spend all our time together. Besides small errands, he's literally with me 24/7 as we work on goals together and getting jobs again. We were focusing in on us and really working towards that. On New Year's Eve, at 4 a.m., I received a detailed text about how my boyfriend was cheating for the previous 3 weeks, listing specifics about his genitals. I am very secretive about my number. Only 20 people have it, and none of them are mutual between my boyfriend and I don't list my number on social media, so of course my heart sank. I woke him up and confronted him. He spent the next week pulling up phone records, bank statements and emails to prove he wasn't straying and where he was every time he was away from me. During those 3 weeks we were rarely apart, and even spent a week out of state for Christmas. I have open access to everything and regularly check. I have seen nothing offside, and all of his texts and phone calls were recorded. No unknown numbers were listed. He doesn't own a second phone or a work number. I eventually decided to let it go as he spent all his time proving his innocence, and we were around each other too much for him to have time to be straying. The past occurrence made me feel sketchy, but I do trust him now and felt this could have been a sabotage. Now, tonight, I received another message, again from an anonymous number. It said they saw my boyfriend recently. He came over to yell at them and tell them they had no right to tell me. They said this was last weekend, the only day he's been away from me all day since I got the first text. Again I confronted him, and again he pulled up records. The timelines and the history with us makes me feel like I'm not seeing this objectively. I don't want to end things with him over a past mistake and a red herring, but I also don't want to be naive and continue a relationship with a cheater. Story 3. 23 female and 29 male. 2 years. A lot of people wanted an update, so here go. I started asking more questions and he didn't seem very fond. He'd be defensive right away and almost seem upset with me for asking. I knew something wasn't right. Upon inspecting his phone records, I found out that back in October he contacted the ex he cheated with. The texts were short, but he had agreed 100% no contact ever. I eventually had to message her and asked for screen caps of their conversation, which was incredibly awkward as I've never talked to her. Their conversation was innocent, but he never told me about it and deleted it off his phone. This alone felt like a deal breaker. During the time we were broken up, he swore up and down that he was never with anyone. I said I didn't care, just needed to know for health's sake. Well, lo and behold, we both got HPV and I started to question him more and more. And instead of being honest about something I didn't give a shit about, he lied and lied some more. First, he just hung out with her a few times. Then just heavy petting. Then just handjobs, then just oral, then just sorta went inside, but it didn't work. Bullshit. He's been trickle-truthing the hell out of me for months, so now I have an STD. He still claims up and down he has no idea about the texts, but if he can't even be honest about fucking someone we were broken up, I doubt he's being honest now. I asked all my friends and family, even calling my sister's friends. Then he got a message on his phone. 2. We literally don't have anyone who knows both of our numbers, not even my family. I knew then that the chances of someone having both of our numbers was too low for it to be some random ex or friend. He also doesn't update social media about his whereabouts. I told him it's weird he never went out of his way to find out who this is. He seemed defensive. I've decided to let it go and move back home. The idea of him sleeping with someone else really hurts, but he's probably already doing that anyways. I don't have solid proof, but I think this is good enough for everyone who wanted to see the texts. MSG me, as it's against the rules to post